All right, folks, back on the Bossman Show. New head coaches, as I'm a moderator again, Coach Ricky Santos with me on the Bossman Show. The Wildcats out of the CAA. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, boss man. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate the opportunity.
No doubt. Let me ask you a quick question, though. The weather up there, man, how is it's 101 here today. What's the weather in New Hampshire today, brother?
It's beautiful. It's about 68 right now. It's going to get up to mid 70s. We actually have one of our incoming freshmen. He's from Savannah Country Day down there in Georgia. So he was saying the same thing. He got up here. He's like, he's excited to get out of the heat.
Yes, because see, here it's heat and humidity. It's a double whammy.
That the air is just heavy, right? Yeah.
Yes. You go outside, you're dripping in water. Now, the thing about it is he might not even used to snow up there because, as you know, here in Georgia, we don't have salt here in Georgia or trucks.
We were strategic. We got him up on his official visit in the middle of the season, so he hasn't seen the snow yet. he said yes before it snowed.
Good job on that one. Good job, man. So let me ask you, man, how's it going to be back home in a place that you know, man? You've been on the staff there as well, moved up to another head coach now, man. So how does it feel, man, to be leading this program that you played for, man?
It feels great. It's a dream job, to be honest with you. Incredible opportunity. And for me, I would learn so much from our former head coach, Sean McDonald, and I really have to give him credit, from a former student athlete playing under him. So I've been under him for 7 years, 2 different stints here as a quarterback coach and a receiver coach. So he's instrumental, things I've learned from him, and, for us, like, football, it's not a game, it's a platform to teach life skills. So for me, it's an opportunity to give back. And some of the greatest mentors and motivators and just leaders I've had in my life have been coaches. And I've always kind of identified myself through athletics growing up and played 3 sports in high school. I've been fortunate enough to play at a high level, playing professionally. So all the great coaches that I've met throughout the years have shaped who I am today. And now, it's my job to lead this program and teach our young men, from the life experiences that I've had.
At what point did the light bulb go off in your head to say that I actually do want to get into coaching?
Yeah, that's an interesting story. So, I get done playing, a cup of coffee in the NFLs with the Kansas City Chiefs, got released after camp, went to Canada for 5 years. And then I was off for a year. So I was a sports studies major, sports management. So I was kind of in between career paths. So I wanted to get into the marketing side of sports. Then I was back home from Bellingham, Mass. So I was teaching and coaching at the high school ranks. I was leaning towards trying to be an athletic director at my old high school, doing that for about a year and a half. Coach McDonald gave me the opportunity to coach receivers, and I never really thought about coaching at the collegiate level. So I took a shot at it. Long hours, low pay, just those entry level positions. But I really fell in love with it, even though it was a grind and it was a ton of work. When I showed up every single day, boss man, it didn't feel like it was a job. It felt like it was something that I could really be passionate about. And that's when I knew it. That after that first year, I was like, this is for me. And it's only been a decade now, but I've worked extremely hard to get this position and had some success along the way.
I hear that, man. I know how it is, man. You get the grind, the grind is real. And we're really passionate about life or football, like I am, passionate about radio and things like that, like I am, man. It does not work. It's not work, man. It's just something that's fun to do, man. It makes you happy.
It is. And I think it's few and far between. I talk to some of my friends who, they've made it in professional ranks, whether it's in sales or, in the medical profession or what would have you. And they like it. They make a good amount of money. They're not necessarily passionate to go to work every single day. So, I think that's why I'm so fortunate and so blessed to do what I do, because I truly enjoy it. I love being around the guys. They keep me young. It still allows me to be relevant with them. And I couldn't be happier to lead this program to the future.
And for you, Coach Santos, what's going to be your core values of your program that you're going to build this thing going as you all go forward?
Yeah. So, I would start with my leadership philosophy. And I tell the guys, like, we did an exercise where, they had to fill out some action questions to kind of see what type of leader they want to be. And I kind of started off, and my thing is, I said, I want to dream big. So there's 3 core ethos that I believe as a leader. The first one in dreaming big is belief. You have to have unwavering conviction in yourself. I'm an internal optimist. I always think the best is yet to come. So for me is, I tell the guys, if you don't believe in yourself, how's everyone else going to believe in you? So that's the first thing for me. I I truly believe that our program is going to get back to national relevance. I believe we're going to be a top 25 team. We're going to compete and win a national championship. And with that belief, though, it can't just be something that you say out loud. There has to be an action plan with it. So for me, I take a systematic approach to, I want to set goals. I'm goal orientated, but I also understand it's about the process and not about the result. So, each segment of the season, we like to break it down to, each month is a little bit different. What's our goals? What's our weekly goals? What's our daily goals, to make sure that we're attaining that and we're getting incrementally better. The next part of dreaming big is having a positive influence. And for me, we talk to the guys all the time about being a thermostat, not a thermometer. And really what that means is you set the temperature of the room. You don't take it. So wherever you're at, you control your 20-foot square sphere around you. Anybody that comes into it, have a positive influence on that person. Try to make that person's day better. It doesn't mean it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows, because sometimes, life hits you, adversity hits you. But it means that even if it's not going, your day isn't going exactly how you want it, right? You really make sure that you're doing a great job influencing those guys in the right way and finding a way, right? So then when they leave that, you're like, okay, I feel better about myself. And then the last part of it is having a growth mindset. And what that means is, you either win or you learn. We don't lose, right? We don't lose in our program, right? Losing is just an opportunity for us to learn from that experience and get better. We're never going to be defined by a loss, right? The only way that we get defined by it is if we keep making the same mistake twice. So I want our guys to have a growth mindset. And really that means just every single day, if we can be better, if I can be better tomorrow than I am today, I did my job, and just kind of have that mindset every single day to get a little bit better.
I hear that when I'm with you. I tell this to my team here across the glass from me. I tell them that same exact thing. Yeah. It's funny they're hearing this from you. And I say some of these things I say to them as well. I was like, you're hearing it because also Coach Santos, but my father's a coach too. So he's 81 years old. Yeah. So he gives me nuggets every day.
You've had discipline, you've had structure your whole life. Like, he taught you all those life skills, right? That allows you to be this successful. So there's a reason why.
Yeah, you know what? I'm his only son, but he always tells me I have 10,000 sons. It's not just you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it is, and that's the thing. Like, I've had, I'm an only child too, but all the brothers I had, playing together, and they're my family. And now I have, I have two children. My daughter's 4.5, and my son's 13 months. But yeah, now I get 100 sons a year that I get to look after.
Think about this. He started coaching in 1964.
Wow. Wow, how everything's evolved since then. Get crazy.
Yes. So he retired from coaching in 2012.
Yeah.
So think about that.
Yeah.
71 years old, this man retires.
Yeah.
From coaching.
Now he gets to listen to you talk about sports. I mean, he must love it.
Yes, he does. Like every guest I have on my show, he looks you all up and okay. He's very invested in what I do. Yeah. You best believe it.
Incredible. Love that.
Yes. And you know what, man? You're in a good area to recruit from up there in the Boston area, New Hampshire area. Talk about the talent up there, man, for as drawing circles around your campus and be able to get the quality talent all over the Northeast, man. Yeah,
you know what? I think New England football is a little underrated compared to the scope of the rest of the country, but I agree. I think it's getting better. In particular, we recruit heavily in Massachusetts. Obviously, I'm from Massachusetts, so I'm kind of I'm a little partial to those athletes. But I think we do a good job, like you're saying, casting the net 4 or 5 hours around us. But we also, because of the academic pedigree of our institution and the success that we've had for the last couple of decades, we'll branch out as well. We've had a couple student athletes from Florida this past class, one from California, really up Virginia and the DMV area and Maryland, all the way up to Mid-Atlantic. So, we work hard at it. But again, if we want to work to keep that local talent home, if we can, we're going to always work inside out and then try to get the talent wherever we can find it.
Let me ask you a quick question. How good in your mind is St. John's Prep or my Uncle Dave coaches at?
They're elite. I actually just saw the rankings yesterday. I think they're number 3 in the state preseason. So I think it was Catholic Memorial. It was Springfield out in the western part of the state, and I'm pretty sure they were 3rd or 4th. So yeah, they have high expectations going in this year, like they do every year. Yeah. And
Uncle Dave is himself, and he's still coaching.
Can't give it up.
My family's a coaching family. Now, I chose radio for a reason. I said, look, I want to be able to talk discuss sports and go home with a clear conscience every night. And I have the headaches. We take it on with me every night.
Well, that's the thing. I go home and my wife's looking at me like, "Can you be present here?" I'm like, "I am present, but I'm thinking about this work. I'm thinking about the practice plan for tomorrow. I got to call this recruit." Yeah, it's 24/7. We can't turn it off if we want to be successful.
No doubt. You know what's funny? When we watch a game together, my dad's coaching at the TV.
Yeah,
inside zone, it's outside zone. It's split. It's combo coverage. I'm like, Dad, calm down.
Yeah.
Nobody's here but you and I.
Let me enjoy this. Let me just see. Yeah, that was a good big play. Like, yeah.
Because I play it too. So I'm like, Dad, I know this inside zone, Dad. I know that's a power. I mean, it's like.
But you can't, like, it's such a, like, you have, if you're a coach, you have such an analytical brain now when it comes to watching it. So it's like, and my wife jokes all the time. She's like, "Don't you get bored of watching football?" I'm like, "Well, it's different. I'm watching the coaches cut up all day. Now I get to see it from, like, I get to hear the announcers, and it's a whole different scope." She's like, it's just football. I'm like, "No, it's different."
Yes, look here. He has legal pads, Coach Santos.
It just be taking notes. Yeah,
it just John's taking notes, and then he'll start drawing some plays up.
Yeah,
then he'll call my cousin who's a coach in high school football in Atlanta. Say, he got some plays.
You got to try this. I have a notepad. I have a notepad that's in my drawer and in my living room too that I pull out every now and then. And like once a month, I'll look at it. Oh, I forgot about that. And that's a good red zone concept.
I swear, if you come out here to recruit, man, y'all may have to meet my father. He'll blow you away, man.
You know what? Hope we've had a pretty decent pipeline. Georgia the last couple of years. I'll make sure that we at least get one guy so I can go do a home visit. We can link up.
Yes, indeed. Let me ask you this, man. I've already been on staff there, man. How are those spring workouts? How's the summer going for you guys, man? And as you prepare for fall camp here in August, man?
You know what? We're doing a really good job. We have about 40 of our guys up right now. Doing a great job with our strength coach, lifting, training, and the NCAA granted us a little bit extra time with them this past summer, so we get two hours a week of summer access, and now we're allowed to have football, so we can go out there, do some skill development. Get with the guys and give them a script, and they can do some 7-on-7 and stuff on their own. So I think we're in a really good spot there. We should have, 90% of our team will be up July 5th and on. And then we start early this year. So our first game is September 1st, Thursday night, under the lights at home, which is going to be great. So camp starts August 1st. So it's about a week earlier, 5 days earlier than it has been the last few years. So we're eager, getting ready to go. We're kind of doing some final prep stuff. Myself and both coordinators, making sure camp is going to run exactly how we envision it. And now we're just getting ahead on some of our first opponents, doing some early scouting stuff, getting some notes down, making sure that when we get to, the first month of the season, we can be as efficient as possible to get off to a fast start.
That's one for you, Coach Santos, this brother. How has the game changed since you played in the mid-2000s, man?
That's a great question. I would say, for us, we've, obviously Chip Kelly was the offense coordinator when I played here. So having the ability to play under him in an up-tempo spread system, he was an innovator. We scored a ton of points, had a ton of offense success, and I think the defenses have caught up to it. Back then there was a lot of basic, one high or 2-5U, some basic zone coverages, some zone fires, not as much man. And now teams are playing quarters press, playing cover one, very exotic when you get to third down. I think more teams are way more variable in terms of getting out of 4 down and 3 down front. So I think the defenses have caught up to those spread systems. So now for us, it's that cat and mouse game of running our base stuff that our guys are very comfortable with, but also making sure that we're adapting offensively, getting some condensed stuff, maybe a little more under center, doing some different things where we can, try to bring the fight back to the defense. So I think the game's evolved, quite a bit, and in particular, how the defenses are doing a great job defending people.
I would say nickel is kind of pretty much the new base defense, and dime is now the old nickel.
yeah, exactly. Well, exactly right. And now, so it used to be, your outside linebacker to the field was a Sam, and he was 6'2", 230, this big rugged dude. And now, they're going, instead of 4-3, you're going to 4-2-5, and basically you just put another safety on the field. But that guy's tough enough to set the edge and be a run defender, but he's athletic enough to cover people in man-to-man. So the guys are getting more athletic. The schemes are evolving, and it's a lot of fun trying to figure it all out.
Yes, indeed. It's always fun watching it. You know what I do? I like to watch the game on mute, because I feel like sometimes the announcers, I'm like, because I'm seeing a whole different game.
Yeah, exactly right. No question. Sometimes they can talk you into something, or sometimes the announcers might they might say something, and your dad's probably, no, that wasn't inside zone. That was duo. They're going vertical, not on a slant or whatever. And you're like,
yes, we were running a TE stunt.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what we like, whoa. And then when my girlfriend watches with me, she's like, what are you doing? Her mind's blown. I'm like, don't worry about it. I have to talk to her in basic terms, not
exactly
terms that I want to use. Like,
I'll break it down to you after. Yes, let me enjoy this. Let me enjoy this.
Yes, indeed. Hey, man, it's really fun, man. We got to swap the numbers offline here, man. Stay in contact with you. But I love to see you, man. And when the Hawks play the Celtics, I love to have you and Peter down at the Garden to see me, because we come at least once a year. We come to the Garden for sure.
I would really enjoy that, and whatever you need, just let us know. I look forward to catching up and hopefully get on your show again.
Oh, you will be. Trust me, you'll be on the show more often. Trust and believe that, buddy.
My man, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Appreciate the opportunity.